All right, guys, here we are on Shakuras Plateau, and down in the bottom left is our Zerg player in the red from the team Acer. It is none other than Nerchio. And in the top right, in the green, playing Protoss, our reigning champion, defeating Slayer's Ganji in an epic 9-game series last week on Fight Club, it is mouz.MaNa.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky with Fight Club so far. All of our matches have been, I believe, at least, I think 7 games was the shortest any of the sets have gone.
Good.
And a few 9-game sets, a bunch of 8-game sets as well. So this has been very, very exciting. Of course, I hope that this one's not going to be a walkover. I mean, it's fun to see players dominate from time to time, but you always hope for great matches.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about Fight Club, too, is you want to give a chance for those players to dominate. I mean, this is a kind of a venue for players to show their strength, you know? And so if you dominate someone, that's even better for that player, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, and, you know, the winner of this set does have their work cut out for him. As we mentioned, the champion of Fight Club this week will take on NSOSA's Jockji next week, the reigning Code S champion.
Yes,
so
the Leenock of Terran.
I like it.
Yep, and that kid is good, man. If it does, you know, if Nerchio wins this and has to go up against Jockji and TVZ, if I were Nerchio, I would just be like having nightmares about that. I'm like, I don't want to play Jockji.
You know, in some sense, though, it's kind of liberating. What do you have to lose? You know, it's try something.
I don't know.
I'm not saying he should cheese or anything like that, but, you know, try something creative, maybe try new strategies. And
well, he'll be the underdog, to put it mildly.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. But, you know, Mana still might win it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
He's in the lead, so.
Here we go. It looks like the same pool first build for Nerchio that we've seen basically out of every game of him this week. And his opponent, Mana, saving up for that expansion, did put down a Forge first.
Yep, that's right. Most Protoss do prefer to Forge Expand on this map. I think most Protoss prefer to Forge Expand in general. Mortal Kombat Round 2. Fight.
Let's get both of them.
Oh,
same situation? Oh,
get over here.
Oh, whoa, hold
hatchery.
on. Oh, because I had
like it.
Yeah, I had it on follow and it jumped to
cool. Yeah, done a cannon there.
Evolution Chamber.
Yep. It's going to do the good old Evo Chamber block. And the nice thing about that is that you let it finish. It's cheap. And the Broodlings come out when you do, and you might be able to pick off a probe or two if you're very lucky.
You waste a lot of resources doing this, but you know, as you mentioned, there's that. It's also equivalent to the cybernetics core for the Protoss or the engineering bay for the Terran because it builds in just 35 seconds, but has 750 HP, so it actually accumulates HP incredibly quickly.
If we look at the third of Nerchio right now, you can see that Mana blocked the natural, so Nerchio sent a probe up there, but Mana was already ahead of things and had a probe up there to block the hatchery there as well. This is like just like a big base block extravaganza with these two players here. And wow, and there's the pylon, but the hatchery has gone down for Nerchio at his natural, so he still will be able to expand much earlier than the Protoss player.
And here come the Broodlings, and they're going to try. Oh, a good awareness there out of Mana. Very nice.
Yep.
And he's going to cancel that. There's the cybernetics core here in just a second. And I love the way he's doing his building positioning as well, because it leaves a gap, but yet Zerglings have to run all the way around, and this cannon still ranges all the way to the outside of the gateway. It's a very clever
Is there
wall.
A gap there? I don't think there is a gap in that wall.
On this one, he had the same building positioning as he did on the last. Oh, no, you're right.
I don't think there is a gap on this one.
Yeah.
If you use
in the last game, that's exactly what he did. Yeah, he did in the last game, he had a similar configuration, but he had a tiny little gap right here. So,
yes, slightly different. I think the cannon was in a little bit different spot too, but yeah, quite cool. So Nexus is going up now for mouz.MaNa. The pylon gets taken out in a third hatchery immediately for our Zerg player, which is perfectly fine. I mean, there's no threat that Mana can really bring against him unless he tries something like cannon rushing him, which, you know, some Protoss players actually do try, but
shenanigans.
Generally, yeah, if you're a Zerg player, you don't need to worry about that sort of thing. Oh, probe gets in the base, though. He's going to get to do a little bit of scouting, get to check out those gases. He's like, I wanted to put a pylon here, but there was a stupid overlord. My way.
All right. Well, yep, he's going to take a gander around, see a couple of gases coming
Oh,
up. Possibly.
Might not see those 2 gases. No, he only catches a glimpse of 1. That's
Yep.
some good info that's been denied there by Nerchio.
And it looks like MaNa going after a similar +1 build that he did last time. Now, of course, last time he followed this up with a Sentry as well and decided to go into quick Twilight Council and follow it up with DTs. He is sitting on a lot of gas right now, but this is just a few more Sentries than we saw last time around.
Oh, there's so many different builds you can do when you start out like this. So, we can see quite a bit from mouz.MaNa. There's the Twilight Council again, though. So, yeah, we may actually see the same build twice in a row. He's got that position where he could sneak a Dark Shrine in there possibly. Overlords wouldn't think to fly over there terribly often, I would say.
And Nerchio being very diligent with his scouting, making sure that there's no proxy structures on the map. Back on MaNa's side of things, there's our second gateway, and that is a ton of gas that's coming up at the moment.
Yep, that's right. Oh, Roach Warren for Nerchio, though. So he is going to go for some sort of... I would imagine he's probably going to push a little bit earlier on this wider ramp. Zergs do like to do little Roach Ling pushes here. It's possible he's also just getting it for defensive purposes since he did put down that early 3rd hatchery, but... he's got some options where with how he wants to use Roach Warren at least.
Yeah, a lot earlier Evolution Chamber this go-round.
This is going to be probably a Blink +2 timing from... MaNa this time. This is kind of what I thought we were going to see last game. It's much more common to see something like this when you see that Twilight Council go down than DTs are really. So it's a little bit more normal, something that Nerchio maybe has had a little bit more experience trying to defend, and that Roach Warren certainly going to be helpful in that as well.
And those 3 gateways just about to finish up now for MaNa. He is going to be on 5 gate here in just a second. Should go directly. He has enough gas to go directly into ground weapons level 2. So we'll see once he gets that appropriate number of resources saved up there. It's there. There it is.
Yep. He can add on another gateway. Usually this is done with 6 gates, occasionally 7 gates. With 5, it usually, if he does stick on 5, it usually means we're going to see something else along with all this. So have to keep an eye on the production queue.
And looks like these Stalkers taking quite a bit of damage. They are eventually going to go down, but they have killed quite a few Zerglings, but certainly not worth their weight. A bunch more Stalkers popping down now, and there was another gateway started at the back, so it is going to be a 6K +2 push.
Yep. Yep, pretty common push by Protoss in this matchup. Just because it's so good. I mean, you can micro the Stalkers, you can bring a ton of stuff fairly early into the game. Very, very strong push. Macro hatch going down for Nerchio, though, so he will have the capacity to produce enough units to defend it. We'll just have to see how good his scouting is. I think he'll have a pretty good idea about things, but wait and see. No. Oh, that's not so good.
Oh, the blink is finished, so we can jump up to the high ground there, and he'll be able to get his way back down. But still annoying, still annoying.
Did have to show his blink there, though. So
yes, he did.
Yep.
Roaches are coming up with Roach Speed and +1 Carapace. That's actually quite a few Roaches.
Yeah, he's going to have to basically make nothing but Roaches and Lings here for the next couple minutes if he wants to have any sort of chance of surviving this, and that's exactly what he's doing. So it'll come down to a positioning and control a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to watch out, though. There's quite a bit of creep, and he attacked pretty much on it, but MaNa's Blink Micro is actually very, very good. I love watching this. So he's trading pretty cost-effectively, but there's just so much stuff on the ground right now for Nerchio.
Yep, that's right. And Nerchio's doing a really good job of engaging this, too. Just pushing the army back, kind of waiting, using some Zerglings to do some guaranteed damage on those Stalkers. And will he have enough, though? The Blink is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, it is. Only a couple of Stalkers have fallen thus far, but those Stalker numbers are starting to be whittled down slowly but surely. And once Zerglings start reinforcing, that could put MaNa in quite a bit of trouble.
Yep, 20 Zerglings on the way right now for Nerchio. That's going to be the point where he really tries to push us back and then take out that forward pylon. Is he going to be able to do it, though? This is a moment where this is going to work or fail.
Well, the Zerglings flooding in right now are so effective. We finally see a couple of Stalkers dying before the cooldown for Blink finishes up. So the number's actually getting very, very low now for MaNa. Nerchio starting to just win this war. He's pushed back once again as the Zerglings go down, but it's just slowly but surely he's winning this tug of war and increasing his supply advantage.
MaNa did the exact right thing, though. They're adding in some Zealots to try to handle the Zerglings. Both of these guys really playing their parts in it really well. I mean, Nerchio adding on the large group of Zerglings after kind of the third wave, and MaNa adding some Zealots on as well. Is he going to be able to defend this, though? No, I don't think he is. I think MaNa's going to get pushed back here,
Yeah, definitely. I think he may just outright die here. Let's see. Only 2 more Zealots up at the front, and then the Stalkers have to retreat. They're all so low on health, they're going to blink just away. Oh, 2 of them missed the blink, though. 1 goes down. So let's see here. Nerchio now at a 60 supply advantage. MaNa's still been working off of 2 base and just 41 probes this entire time. Really doesn't have an economy to fall back on.
Yeah, it can be a bit all in a little bit when you do that 6-gate blink timing, 6-gate +2 blink timing, and it does become difficult to expand off of that too, because your opponent usually has a large army like this and you don't have much of anything. So MaNa here just might die to a counterattack. Nerchio really putting on a clinic how to defend a build like this.
Yeah, definitely. Executed it really well, had the right upgrades at the right time, could just finish off the cybernetics core, but he is going to get a lot of units trapped there. There's nothing they can do.
Oh man, those force fields for MaNa were so good, trapping all those roaches. That evens things out quite a bit. I mean, despite the supply being heavily in our Zerg players' favor right now, MaNa bought himself another couple minutes of life there.
Definitely, but what is he going to do with it now? He has another cybernetics core coming up. He cannot produce any stalkers
What's on
until
his
then.
bucket list?
So. Let's see here. Well, he's running out with a bunch of stalkers, but this roach numbers just keep increasing, and we have +2 ground carapace just about to finish up, along with +1 melee for these Zerglings.
Yeah, well, once the infestors come out too, that's gonna mean the end of this blink stalker play for MaNa.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, and MaNa just kind of stuck on 2 bases right now too. This is kind of the situation you get in when your big push doesn't work.
He's still full walled as well, so these sentries and zealots can't make their way out. Poor photon cannon, which was so good in this fight. 11 kills, it dies unceremoniously.
Died a noble death. Well, maybe not that noble, but
a traitor. You are
enough.
Executed. All right, let's see here. Nerchio just finishing up +2 ground. There it is. 9 infestors hitting the ground right now.
Yep.
That's quite the scary push. 178 supply to 108 right now. Unfortunately, MaNa is supply blocked. And putting down a couple of pylons at the moment, though, so we can do forward warpins at the front. But this is going to be so difficult to... wow.
Good fungals preventing the infestors from getting in there. They do sneak around the outside, and there's the fungal growth.
Yeah.
That is going to be about it. I think we're about ready to see the GG, guys.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. 100 supply advantage now for Nerchio as he continues to press his advantage and move these stalkers back. Their cooldown has finished for Blink, but now they're all just kind of dying.
Yeah, nice timing, for the +2 blink from MaNa, but Nerchio just did an amazing job defending that. Really well played by Acer.Nerchio.